and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled.
And that's why they've allowed America to be in the position that it is in.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
America. The American hegemony. America don't operate in no fucking democracy. America gets what it wants. If it can't get it, it goes to war. Okay? Go on up.
That's the end of that chapter.
That's beautiful. That's it. That's it.
Right. So let's go back to this article. It says, why was killing Gaddafi so absolutely imperative? Why are we now doing the same thing in Syria? Why are US operatives currently on the ground in Syria aiding Al-Qaeda to topple Assad? That's the confusion that Esau brings. Al-Qaeda is his enemy, but Al-Qaeda works for him. That's confusion on earth, man. See, they think they're the Mossad. They think they can control both sides. Only the Mossad has the power to control all sides. He's the chess player, man. You a chess piece trying to be a chess player, man. That's why you got your little Masonic checkerboard symbolism, man. Look, man, you need to slow your roll. You're bringing confusion, man. You're lying. Only the Most High can control both sides, man. Because he's above. He's the Most High. Who you think you are, man? Why are we willing to work alongside known terrorists just to destabilize Syria and overthrow the regime there? Why are we willing to risk World War III by attacking Iran? And that's why it's beautiful, because the Bible tells you that the wicked is snared by the work in the own pit which he have done. Because Esau's setting up his own end, but he don't know, because he thinks there's going to be a different outcome. But what he doesn't understand is it's going to go according to the words of the Most High, and it's going to spell the end of America and the end of the so-called white man in general. That's why the Bible says that, because Esau's the one going in there, setting up these puppets, doing it. He's the one that started all that Hate America bullshit with the embassies and all that shit. But it's not going to work. He's not going to work out the way he wants it to work out in the end. Whoops. Right. Pakistan and North Korea already possess a nuclear stockpile, but Iran is years away from developing a nuclear weapon. Iran has no military capability to target the US, and it has not attacked another country since 1798, which really goes back to the 1500s, because in 1798 Iran really attacked itself. So, you know, yet the media, so-called white man's dream factory, is trying to convince us, put an inception into your mind frame, that we are weeks away from a dinner jab unleashing its non-existent weapons of mass destruction. Sound a little familiar? Have you heard this before? Maybe. So what is the petrodollar system, and why is it so important, and why is the United States willing to risk a new world war just to maintain the hegemony of the petrodollar? To get a proper perspective, we need to start with a quick historical background. Now before we go into that, we're going to confirm that the Most High have declared that World War III is going to happen. There's no averting it. Now start Revelations. Give me Revelations, the 9th chapter, from the top.
From the top?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Revelation chapter 9 from verse 1.
Right. Because this was written before there was an Albert Pike and international bankers. Now the international wankers, they did plan the world wars, but they didn't know it was in the scriptures, because in the the scriptures is written in parabolic form. That's why it's written in parabolic form, so that the elites, they think, because basically the spiritual demon Satan gives them these plans, gives them these instructions to do certain things, but they don't really know the ends of what it is they're doing, because Satan's leading them to their own destruction, man. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You can't listen to Satan, man. Satan will lead you to your own destruction. This ain't that kind of war where Satan's actually up there trying to fight against the Most High. The Most High tells Satan what to do, and he goes and does it. And he deceives even his own.
I mean, here it is, man. The Illuminati are the light bearers, but they're really shrouded in darkness, man.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know. They think they know. And you had the illusion of knowing, but they don't really know. Okay, it's verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Right, the bottomless pit is Europe. Go on.
And he opened the bottomless pit, and there rose a smoke out of the pit.
Right, you know what that smoke represents? War. Because at any time in history, what comes hand in hand with war? Smoke. Case in point, Syria. When you see shots of Syria, what do you see coming up? Smoke. Just watch any footage from World War I, World War II. Smoke. Great smoke. Because you got places on fire. You got places blown up, right? I'm trying to think of a good example of that. Iraq after Shock and Awe. Great smoke, right? 9/11 was one building. Great smoke. Okay? So that's what that smoke, the angel was basically sent down to release that war was to be done. That was the time, because this world is controlled by the spirit world, man. Everything that happens in this world is controlled by the spirit world. Ain't no man on this planet do anything without the spirit world involvement, man. Everything you do is dictated by the spirits. That's why it tells you in the book of Job, when you're on your bed at night, the spirits come and what? They give a man, they seal a man his instructions. That's why the scripture says, a man,
Man's going?
Huh?
Or man's going?
A man's ways.
Man's goings.
A man's got. Thank you, bro. A man's goings is of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? The scripture says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Heart, meaning, mind.
Yeah. So
No.
when they thought, yeah, now it's time to start World War I, it was really the Lord sent an angel, whether it be a demon or on the righteous side, to put that in their mind to start it at that time. That's how the Most High controls this world, with spirits.
So,
Again, what was it, Ahab? We said, who will make Ahab go up to the battle? The Lord used the spirit. That's why the scripture says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against what's it called? What is it?
Spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yeah, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Because these so-called white men, he's a puppet. He's controlled by the demons, man. The demons control them. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing on the left-hand side to fulfill the scriptures. Because it's funny how the Most High knows what's going to happen before it happens, man. That's because the Most High controls everything, man.
Millennia before it even
Millennia
takes place.
before. That should just show you that the Most High controls everything. Because how would he know? How did he harden Pharaoh's heart? Why is Satan doing what's doing that's going to lead to his destruction? Ain't he smart enough to know not to do that? Doesn't he know? They said the devil knows the scriptures, right?
It says, as the smoke of a great furnace. So that black smoke, man. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Yeah, because Stalingrad. Hey, watch that movie. Enemy at the Gates, man, and it'll show you, man. You see that movie's dark, man. You got all kind of smoke rising up because things were on fire. There were no firemen to put out that fire. That fire went out when there was no fuel left to burn.
yeah.
Okay. So you get a great smoke. Like you think
Dark.
after they bombed London in the Blitz that they weren't a great smoke above London? Of course they was, man.
And they came out of the smoke, locusts upon the earth.
Right, them locusts is talking about the fighter jets, man. So this is World War One, and the onset of aerial warfare. And obviously the prophet, that's the only way he could describe what he saw.
Tell us.
They were like locusts.
Yeah.
They were flying
Fight it, yeah.
with a head. If you look at a plane,
They look like
it resembles, especially them planes. 'Cause them planes, a lot of them planes are two sets of wings, like one on top of each other, like a locust, man. And it's got a head at the front and a tail.
yeah,
Because aerodynamically, they're based upon real flying machines, which are like birds and insects. So he described it how he could. He said it's like locusts, because he couldn't say it was like a plane. Because planes never existed, dummy.
back
You
then.
got, you know, he's not gonna say plane, man. He's not gonna say, and it looked like a
Fighter.
F-15. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the only flying instruments that ever existed were the chariots. Of the Most
Yeah,
High.
yeah.
That's the only
And
flying
they don't
things.
look like that.
That's right.
Oh, it looked like a F-15. You know, with a jewel. You know. Come on, man. You're not gonna say that.
Do a Rambo, smell the petrol.
Yeah, yeah.
It was this.
You have to you have to know the scriptures is about reality, man. If you saw something that never existed, how would you describe it? If the first time you saw a plane, would you use the word plane to describe it? No, that's dumb. You never seen a plane before.
Yeah.
The notion of a plane, you'd be like, yo, what's that? I like the way they put it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, if you watch that movie 10,000 BC, the way they describe ships is they described it as a flying snake through the desert or something. Because if you look at a ship, the river snakes through the desert, and I'm trying to remember exactly. If you watch the film, they'll give you the description, and the boat looks like it's got wings, and it's gliding over the desert. If you look at it, because the sails in it, the sails look like wings, but standing up. And there's a certain way to describe it, and it says, well, that shows you right there, if you've not got the proper terminology, you're gonna do the best you can to describe what you're seeing, man. People can't get that, like. But if you watch that movie 10,000 BC, you'll see what I'm talking about. The way they describe boats, because they've never seen a boat before, they didn't know what it was. They don't know that it's a, you know, from when you look at, they don't know, there could be anything inside that. It could be alive. You don't know. It's just moving
Don't
along.
know its purpose, don't know nothing about it.
Or you just describing cold-heartedly what you're seeing, man. And that's what people used to do when they saw something that they never seen before. They'll just describe it the best way they know how. But if you ain't got the right terminology,
Trying to resemble it to something that they know of.
like in ancient times, how would they describe a car? If they saw a car rolling around, like, well, hold on, it's almost like a chariot without horses. Probably the best way you could do it. Chariot without horses, man. With eyes. Because the headlights would look like eyes. Wouldn't it? If you didn't know, oh shit, what's that? If you saw a car come, oh shit, you know?
Fiery eyes.
Fiery eyes, you know? I'm just showing you, that's how the prophets were describing things, because they were seeing it with an ancient mindset. So they didn't have to, they couldn't say, oh yeah, and out of the earth came AR-15s. What he saw was the planes, you know, they do come out of the earth, they go along the ground, and then they go like a locust.
You know, I gather locust hum with the wings that had it's been.
Yeah.
Same with planes, man. They made that noise. You know what I mean? You know?
So, but you know what, if you can't receive it,
Tough.
whatever. You're gonna destroy it.
And unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power.
What's the power of the scorpions of the earth? One hit death. When Spitfires come down on your ass. When you go